Hands together at heart center. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Taking a step back with the left leg. Inhale in your lunge. Exhale, down dog. Moving through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping right foot forward, left knee down. And stepping both feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, circling arms up and back. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Inhale, arms reaching overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping right foot back this time in your lunge. Stepping back to down dog. Moving through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping left foot forward, sinking right knee down, low lunge. Feet together, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Moving to bring hands to the hips, feet at hip distance, moving to the right, left, forward, back. As you move right, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. We're going to continue doing this 10 times. Sa to the right, ta, left, na, forward, ma, back. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Continue moving here. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. With hands on hips, begin to make clockwise rotations, bringing that upper body down as much as you can. And repeating the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurabhuva Svaha Tatsavituru Vareyyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodaya. Come to sit on the mat, hands to the knees, legs stacked in front of each other. Taking an inhale, tongue to the top of the mouth, engaging the pelvic floor, and then moving back and forth through a cat-cow-like motion until you can't hold the breath anymore. And when you can't hold the breath anymore, exhaling through your nose. And repeating this 3 more times. So inhaling, tongue to the roof of the mouth, pelvic floor engaged, moving back and forth, moving the spine. When you can't take it anymore, sitting up tall, exhaling. And continue doing this. If you can, speed up this process as you become more comfortable with it. Last round here. As you're ready, making your way into a Sphinx pose. So laying on your belly, elbows under your shoulders are about an inch in front of the shoulders, arms supporting you here. And then begin to kick heels towards the butt. Moving slowly at first here. Tops of the toes kicking towards that mat as they come down, bringing feet as close as you can to the body as you kick. We're going to continue going here, aiming for about 2 to 3 minutes. The first 1 to 2 minutes are slower. So continue kicking here, utilizing the breath. Keep going. And begin to kick faster if you can, picking up that pace. Keep going quickly if you can. Notice the discomforts that might come up in the body or the mind as you do this practice. You can do this. Keep going. We've got about 20 more seconds here. And releasing that, taking a rest, resting either cheek on the mat, heels relaxing away from each other, taking deep breaths into the back of the body. Checking in, noticing how you're feeling. Inhale as you grab hold of the feet, raising the upper body in bow pose. Tongue to the top of the roof, retain the breath. And when you can't take it, exhale and release down. Once again, inhale, hold the breath here, tongue to the roof of the mouth, pelvis engaged. As you exhale, release everything down. One last time here. Inhale as you lift to bow, pelvis engaged, tongue to the roof of the mouth. And on your exhale, releasing down. Making your way back into child's pose. Whatever version of child's pose serves you today. So maybe legs together or knees apart, arms out front or by your sides. Allowing the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. And as you come up, sitting on the heels, interlacing fingers, index fingers and thumb pointing out. Inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, hips to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, hips to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, back through center. Inhale up. Exhale, right. Inhale, exhale, left. Moving quickly through this here. Bringing those hands and that torso as far down as you can when you lean forward. So moving through center, hips to the right, hips to the left, back through center. We're doing this 5 times total. Sitting on the heels, rubbing palms together, creating heat through the hands. And then placing the hands on the abdomen, if you can, placing them directly on your skin. Closing the eyes, visualizing the color red. And then chanting Lam, 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 Lam. Continue visualizing that color red, chanting out loud or maybe repeating that in your mind As you're ready, extending right leg out here, sitting left heel between the hips or where that perineum is. On an inhale, hands coming up, creating a triangle with the hands and folding forward, moving that foot back and forth as you practice the breath of fire. Taking a moment here, inhaling and exhaling before our next round. And again, point and flex that foot. Inhaling and exhaling. One last round here, practicing that breath of fire as you flex and point the toes, moving the body with the feet. Rapid breathing, forceful exhales, passive inhale. Taking a moment before transitioning to the other side. And then as you're ready, switching sides here. So left leg going out, sitting on that right heel. Inhale, arms up, creating that triangle with the hands. Exhale, reaching forward, breath of fire. Taking a moment, inhaling and exhaling. 2 more rounds here. And last round. Pausing here, taking a deep inhale and exhale. And making sure we're on track here, bringing that right knee towards the right wrist, laying the upper body forward. If you can, resting forehead on the mat. If not, using the arms to support yourself here. Doing 3 rounds of the breath of fire with 15 breaths each. Taking an inhale, letting that go. Beginning again. Inhaling, letting that go. One last round. As you're doing that, picturing the color orange in your midsection. As you're ready, switching sides here, left knee towards the left wrist. Lengthen across the mat. Once again, if you can, forehead resting on the mat, arms extended long. If you need support, staying up here and starting those 3 rounds of the breath of fire. 15 breaths each. Picturing that color orange in the abdomen area. As you're ready, walking those hands back in and transitioning onto your back here, legs extended long, drawing the knees towards the chest, lifting that chin up off the mat, left leg extending forward, right knee to the body. And then crunching here, left elbow towards that right knee. Doing 15 crunches, exhaling as you bring elbow towards that knee. Core engaged, if you can, keeping that left leg off the mat, or if you need to, resting it on the floor, still engaging the abdomen as you lift the upper body. And then release, hugging both knees into the chest, resting that head down, taking a moment here. Exhale, lifting head and neck back up once again. This time, left knee in, reaching that right elbow towards the left knee. If you can, keeping that leg extended out, lifting up through the right leg, hovering over the mat. 15 crunches here. Exhaling as you lift up, core engaged. And hugging both knees to the chest, upper body resting on the mat. And rocking and rolling here. Massaging out that spine, keeping the core engaged to control the movement. This time as you roll up, left leg extended, foot flexed, right knee into the chest, long spine hugging the leg in, 1 round of breath of fire. Crossing that right foot over the thigh, twisting to the right, 1 round of breath of fire. Bending left leg, bringing the foot to the outside of the hip, twisting to the right, once again, 1 round, breath of fire. Returning through center and repeating this on the opposite side, left leg into the body, long spine, 1 round, breath of fire. Flexing that right foot. Crossing left foot over the right, twisting here, looking as far back as you can, 1 round of breath of fire. Bending the right knee, foot to the outside of the hip, twisting again, looking back as far as you can, 1 round, breath of fire. Lying down, face up, place your left foot on your right thigh with your leg bent. The right arm is extended upwards. Closing the left nostril, taking a deep breath in. Retaining the breath and bringing left hand to the right wrist, holding it there as you engage your bandhas, so tongue to the roof of the mouth. Engaging the pelvic floor, drawing belly button to the spine, holding it here, holding the breath. And release. Exhale, covering that left nostril once again. Inhaling. Retain the breath, holding that right wrist. Drawing pelvic floor in and up, belly button towards the spine, tongue to the roof of the mouth. And as you exhale, releasing everything here, closing the left nostril last time. Inhale. Retain the breath as you bring hand to the opposite wrist, engaging the bandhas. And as you're ready to exhale, releasing everything down here, switching sides. So left foot coming close to the right hip, bringing right foot to the thigh. Continue closing the left nostril here, but the opposite arm is overhead. Inhaling deeply as you retain the breath, holding on to that left wrist. Hold the bandhas. On an exhale, letting that go, covering the left nostril once again, taking a deep inhale, retaining that breath as you hold on to the left wrist, pelvic floor engaged, belly button towards the spine, tongue to the roof of the mouth, holding the breath in. Exhale as you release, one last time here. Closing the left nostril, taking a deep inhale. Retain that breath, holding on to the left wrist. Engaging the pelvic floor, belly button to spine, tongue to the roof of the mouth, holding the breath in. And releasing. Continue laying on your back, either crossing the legs or coming into a semi-lotus, arms reaching overhead, breath of fire. And then retaining the breath, left hand in a fist, right hand holding on to that wrist. Releasing the hands, breath of fire. And then right hand in a fist, holding on to that right wrist. Retaining the breath and imagine the energy going down into both ovaries. And one more round, releasing the hands, breath of fire. And coming back to your natural rhythm of breath, rubbing hands together, creating heat through those palms. And then placing the hands directly on the skin if you can, to the belly. And visualize an orange color where the hands are placed. And repeating the mantra VAM, 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 VAM. If you'd like, continue that chant, that mantra. We're just focusing on this area, noticing the sensations. On your back, hugging legs towards your chest and abdomen. Raise your torso and head, holding it here. Contracting the abdomen. And then begin to roll forwards. Coming into your variation of boat pose with legs extended or knees bent. Core engaged here. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, releasing down, feet apart, knees together, rubbing those hands together, creating heat through the palms, and placing hands just under the chest. Making that mudra, that triangle, thumbs touching, index fingers touching. And repeating the mantra Ram as you imagine a golden light. Ram. Ram, Ram. Rolling forward, coming to a seated position, lotus, half lotus, or cross-legged, hands and fists, and imagine turning a gear 15 times. Holding on to either arm and contracting the arms as you imagine pulling them apart 15 times. Hands back into fists and imagine pulling rope down 15 times. Releasing here, and then imagine pushing and pulling energy between the hands without the hands coming to fully touch. Releasing here, making your way onto your heels, hands reaching towards the heels. As you lift the torso up, head and neck relaxing back if that's okay. Breathing into the front body in camel pose. Releasing out of that pose, bring the right knee forward, sitting down. Sit your left leg back, open your chest, intertwine the hands together, reaching those arms back, look slightly up. Breathing into the front body, stretching those arms back, and release. Switching sides here, left knee forward, sitting down, right leg extended. If you can, taking opposite interlace of the hands, really reaching them back, hugging shoulders together, breathing into the front body. Releasing here, coming to a seated position. And as you come to seated, tapping the sternum bone, that place between the chest. Maybe taking both hands, massaging the chest. Imagine pink or green colors in this area. And repeating the mantra yum, 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 yum. Releasing here, laying on your back with feet together, arms at your sides, fingers and palms facing down. Keeping your mouth closed, looking over to your left and taking 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then looking to the opposite side, 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then supporting the head with the hands as you look to the toes, taking 3 breaths here, head and neck raised. And releasing here, propping yourself up with the forearms, releasing head and neck back and taking 3 breaths here in and out through the nose. Releasing down. Once again, rubbing hands together, creating warmth through the palms, and then placing the hands over the throat. Thinking about a blue color, blue light in this area, and chanting the mantra hum, 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 hum. Releasing hands and placing them under the hips if you need to for support. And then begin to alternate pointing the feet up to the ceiling, practicing that breath of fire. Pausing there for a moment. And one more round. Pausing there, this time breath of fire as you kick heels one at a time towards the buttocks. Pausing there. And begin. Pausing there. This time toes together, knees apart, down and up, breath of fire. Pausing there. And scissors. Pausing there. Pausing there. And this time opening the legs out to a V, breath of fire. Legs coming back together. Releasing the legs down, knees resting on each other, warming those palms together. This time placing hands on the forehead, visualizing an indigo color, and repeating the mantra Om. 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 Releasing hands. Lifting the hips up, legs behind you if you need to, hands for support, and kicking those legs up and down 10 times if you can, touching toes to the mat or the ground behind you. Lifting legs, holding there for a moment. One more round, kicking 10 times if you can, toes touching towards the ground behind you. Lifting the legs, supporting yourself there. Continue holding those legs and slowly rolling the spine down, hugging the knees in, taking a gentle rock side to side. Releasing the feet down, hip distance apart, arms by your sides, palms face down, lifting and lowering into bridge pose 10 times. Moving with the breath here, inhale as you lift, exhale, roll down. Inhale, pelvic tilt, exhale, compress back to mat. Inhale, lifting. Continue moving here. Inhale as you lift, exhale, roll down. Inhale, pelvic tilt, exhale, compress back to mat. Inhale, lifting, pressing through heels. Keep going. And on your final lift here, lifting up, lifting to the toes. Practicing that breath of fire here as you visualize all the colors of the rainbow. Carefully rolling down and then extending the legs out, arms overhead. All fingertips touching overhead. Repeating the mantra. So almost as if you're saying Om, but keeping that inside, visualizing a violet color. And releasing the hands down by your sides, palms facing up with eyes closed. Breathing in, and as you exhale, relax deeply. Feel your body sink into the floor. Feel the energy circulate through every part of your body. As you inhale, imagine energy going up through the right side of the foot, passing up through the sexual organs, the adrenals, the thyroid, the parathyroid, all the way up through that right side, and then descending down the left side, passing through the thyroid, adrenals, ovaries, down and out through the left foot. And then in again, up through the right side, down the left side. And once more, inhale, imagine energy coming up through the right foot, through all the sexual organs on the right side, the breasts, all the way up into the brain, the pituitary gland, and all the way down and out through the left side. Feel the body relaxing. And as you inhale, imagine breathing in all the colors of the rainbow, filling the whole body from toes to the top of the head. Feeling those lights growing brighter and clearer. Notice what that feels like to be filled with all the colors of the rainbow. Filling the body with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And as you're ready, gently inhaling the right arm overhead, rolling onto your side, using that arm as a pillow. Carefully pushing yourself up to a seated position, bending little ring and middle fingers, index finger and thumb together, placing the hands in the center of the chest, index fingers pointing up, thumb pointing down. And repeating the mantra Om one time to close this practice. Om. And bringing palms together at heart center. Namaste.